Hi there, I'm Dani Henderson, spiritualtherapist.com. And my guest today is a tall, beautiful honey, a tall drink of water, 6'7", a very, very intelligent, intellectual, funny, loving, beautiful man that has spread his love across this planet with his intel, his knowledge, his beauty, his wisdom, and his teachings. And his name is Brad Olsen. Welcome, my friend.
Hi, Dani. Thanks for having me on again. It's always a pleasure to speak with you.
Oh, I love speaking to you too. And we were chatting, we were just hanging on Messenger the other week, and you were on your intrepid travels down on the Mexican border, and you were showing me the river, how low the river was down there. That was interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a trip down to the Colorado River Delta, where it meets the Gulf of California, the Sea of Cortez, and what was once the largest or among the largest desert river deltas in the world has just been extinguished. They have taken all the fresh water out of it, so very, very little reaches the sea anymore, and it has devastated the whole ecosystem around the Colorado River Delta in Mexico.
Isn't it tragic that we've put such retarded non-leaders in charge of the planet, and we're looking at the terrible destruction they have created? Bunch of losers. Anyway, let's not talk about things under the sewers. Let's talk about you, boo. Let's talk about your book. I love, love, love this trilogy of books, but let's hold up Beyond Esoteric.
There it is. Escaping Prison Planet.
Escaping Prison Planet. And sometimes you say prison planet.
So well, we're going to convert it to Prison Planet.
I love that. So for those of you watching that have never seen this beautiful man before, I call him the Antarctica intrepid traveler, and he's been everywhere. Like I said, he's a real globetrotter, a jogger and a runner of all matters. And he is somebody who has literally been to Antarctica. He's literally traveled there on a giant boat. Can you just go into that just a little bit, and then we're going to dive into the book and share more of the subjects in there, because it's just hard to know where to start with you, darling. There's so much to you.
Yeah, I'm very honored and grateful to have the opportunity to have traveled as much as I have. I've been to all 7 continents, even your homeland of Australia, beautiful place, and Britain, and Costa Rica, where you are now. So I've gained a world perspective by having all these opportunities to travel. And about 3.5 years ago, I was in South America for 4 months and got down to Ushuaia, Argentina, and was able to get on a sailboat, a 72-foot sailboat, not a cruise ship or a big yacht, but a sailboat to go to Antarctica over the Drake Passage. And that was quite a rough passage. It's the stormiest seas of the world. I got really violently ill with seasickness and lost about 25 pounds on that trip. So talk about a crash course in a diet while you travel. But once we got there, it was pretty smooth sailing, going through the channels and islands and visiting the different scientific bases there that were occupied in the summer months, which of course is opposite of the Northern Hemisphere. So today is summer solstice, and below the Antarctic Circle is 24 hours of darkness, just like at the North Pole, or above the Arctic Circle, 24 hours of daylight. So it was little subtle things that I picked up on this trip that really made it so worthwhile. To see the land of ice, and Antarctica is covered in 99% ice, and to see how tame the animals were. They really had no fear of humans. We had a pod of right whales swim under our boat. We had penguin colonies. You could go right up to the mother penguin with my iPhone here and just take a picture of them. And they're kind of like, hey, you're in my way. What are you blocking me? Rather than getting upset that their chick is underneath them. And going to all these research bases and understanding what they were working on. And all the while, I was going down there to look into all these things that we have such a great interest in, such as giant craft under the ice, or antediluvian civilizations, or what else might be there, such as giants or these arcs that might be heating up. And while I didn't get a chance to see any of that directly, just because of the limitation of the very narrow amount of terrain we got to visit, I did find out that there is a giant no-fly zone over a portion of the South Pole, which is kind of interesting. It's not like they're getting a lot of flights going in there. And there was also a UFO sighting at another base, one of the people told us about when we were at another Argentinian base. So there was some things, but other things I didn't find, but not to say that they don't exist. It's just the fifth largest continent in the world. So the distances are very vast. So to go to, say, the known pyramid sites, it's quite an expedition just to get there. Even after you land in the continent, you pretty much have to fly inland to go to a lot of these locations. So that's a trip for another time, but really great to have the 26-day expedition that I was on.
That's amazing. And you just mentioned something there, very casually, because, the pyramids in Antarctica, we in the rest of the world, we don't hear about these things. And it's very deliberate. It's to keep you guys dumbed down and stupid and not to know about the treasures on our planet. Who decides that? You're fired. Go away. You're fired. I can't stand it anymore. I'm so over the people running my planet, your planet, our planet. Like, go away, you silly people. What they should do is all get together and go live on the other islands that nobody knows about. It's not on the map. Let's fool the people. Isn't it the United Nations where they have the actual map of the world with the extra land masses that they hide from all of us? And aren't they supposed to be on the other side of Antarctica? Is that correct?
So what they do is use a projection of the globe from the top, expanding down into the southern hemisphere, which makes it look a lot larger on that map. But again, it's just a projection. In the northern hemisphere, the map we're often used to seeing, it's called the Mercator projection, the way that maps were drawn from the earliest time and how we still interpret maps. But maps are very subjective. And I remember when I was in Australia, it was very popular to see the map from down under, and that's just flipping the globe. It's Australia on the top and all the northern hemisphere continents on the bottom. There's no right or wrong from that perspective, but it's interesting to see things in a different way, to realize that it depends on how you interpret that global map, is kind of infers where you're at in the area, or how the United Nations, in the case you presented, how they wanted to show that they're kind of the center of the world. I always thought of the map being a interpretation of that.
Interesting. Yeah. And again, we won't know till we actually know, but we think we know, but we might not know. But I think there is other land masses that we are not accessing right now. My own personal thoughts, my own intuition.
It could be under the ice. And islands are still being discovered off the coast of Antarctica as certain areas warm up and the ice retreats. New islands are being discovered, just like on the Piri Reis map from the year 1519. Showing a string of islands off of Antarctica, which are now being shown to be really there. They were just covered in ice the whole time.
Yeah, amazing. I remember when I was in Kauai, and there was an island coming up, surfacing, literally surfacing. It's been happening for a very, very, very long time. So yeah, fun times we're in. So we may or may not be inviting a little surprise guest today.
Yes, we may.
And I think it might be an appropriate moment to invite that little sweet surprise guest. Before we do a dive into Beyond Esoteric, the book that you have been teasing us with. So guys, today is a very special day. It is actually the summer solstice. And it is also the birthday of a lovely, beautiful friend of ours and yours.
Yep.
And that is Elena Danan. And as I'm saying that, there is the ugliest bug I've ever seen in my life with the longest legs that just landed on the window. Now, I'm going to pretend that's not happening. I'm going to and that's not happening. Yeah, it is. It's happening. Ooh, yes. So we've had crazy monsoon rains. What's that?
This is the truth tour that myself and one of these special guests is going to walk in the room any moment now.
Oh my
are
gosh.
doing on Thursday. Start
Oh my
of the
gosh.
truth tour all across America here in California, where I'm at now.
That is beautiful.
Thousand Oaks. Yeah,
In Thousand Oaks.
truthtour.net if anyone wants to follow.
Wow. And did the Truth Tour, is it a new conference that's just come up?
It is a brand new tour, and they're going to, I think, 36 cities or quite a few over the course of a month and a half. And it's first stop here in California, and then it ends in Las Vegas in middle of July. So really honored to be asked to speak at that on this Friday.
Oh, that's wonderful. And so name some of the speakers on that Truth Tour.
Well, we have myself, and this is the lineup is Dr. Judy Mikovits.
Oh, I love her. Love
she's great.
Her. Amazing lady.
Carrie Cassidy.
Carrie Cassidy.
Brian Isley. I'm not sure I met him or Paul Preston yet, but I'll get to know them. Yeah. As well as Alan Fountain, Laura Eisenhower, and a secret guest like we have today. Ooh. So one of them is going to come walking through the door here any minute now.
Very exciting.
We'll have another special guest here.
Definitely. Well, that's lovely. No, I'm loving that. I'm loving seeing the different conferences that are being, created in this time of full and utter disclosure, where humanity embraces itself, himself, herself, and comes together, linking arms, shoulder to shoulder, and walking forward and cleaning up and purging this beautiful planet of ours of all the sewer rats that have been running it for so long. Bye-bye there. So a lot of people watching this, are going to be intrigued to hear about that conference, and also a particular one that is a global event happening in October of this year. October 21, 22, and 23. And our secret guest that will be appearing momentarily is also a speaker at that conference. So Brad, give us a little tease at this conference, which is the galacticspiritualinformers.com. That's the website, guys, galacticspiritualinformers.com. If you don't go to any conferences this year, make sure you attend that one. There's room for you. Everyone's invited, and the lineup of speakers is insane. No one in any conference anywhere this year, guaranteed, is going to have this particular lineup of people. Brad, what kind of subjects are you going to be sharing with us that we can't share on BoobTube freely? Well,
I'll go into a bit more of the Antarctica excursion. A lot of people are really interested in that. Happy to share my presentation and some insights on what we found down there and what might be speculated under the ice. And also my new talk called The Hidden Esoteric in Plain Sight. And here is our surprise guest, Eisenhower.
Hi, guys. Eisenhower.
Yeah. So why don't Laura have a chance to tell what she's going to talk about at the Orlando conference?
Oh, yes. Hello, everybody. It's wonderful to see you, Dani.
You too.
What a beautiful surprise.
I know. I'm just chatting with Brad, and he's like, Laura's next door. I'm like, oh my God, fantastic. With a lovely girl.
Funny.
Another lovely girl.
Yeah, well, I'm going to talk about oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying that another lovely girl, Pamela, that we all met last year when we were all in Manchester. Yeah.
Incredible.
That's so
it's
good.
Really wonderful to be with her. Yeah. So I'll be talking about a lot of the information that I've received in the last year or two about Eisenhower, to sort of clear a lot of the disinfo that's been circulating in the UFO community for so long.
Yes.
And some of my personal experiences with it, and why it's so resonant to what I knew deep down, and why I never stopped digging or searching for the truth when it came to these subjects, and how the synchronicities have allowed us all to kind of meet each other and put our heads together to connect these greater dots. And most of these folks are going to be there, like Alex Collier and Elena Danan, who were very critical in this
Disclosure.
to clear and exonerate him from
Exonerate.
being blamed for stuff that he actually didn't do. And then some of the information that's come through from other folks that I've met, and just how that ties into galactic history and some of the greater research and work that I've done in regards to the mother energies and the planetary grid network and this ascension window period.
Yeah, just fascinating. And I'm very happy for you. And Laura Eisenhower, those that don't know, you are the great granddaughter of the former Prime Minister or President of America, Dwight Eisenhower. And it's so wonderful where all the humanity is purging. We're purging all the scumbags off the earth, all the liars, all the deceit. And we're getting rid, and we're moving forward together as a humanity, a human, beautiful race of loving beings, and exonerating and bringing back the real legendary humans who've been such a big part of this planet. Darling, pop back in the room, because we're going to say happy birthday to a very special person that's having her birthday today. It is Elena Danan's birthday today. We are recording this, guys, on the 21st. So let's just say a little message to our beautiful friend, Elena Danan. Laura?
Oh, yes. I sent her a message on Facebook. So glad she saw it. Oh, my gosh, Elena, I shared some of the words in the comment under one of your posts, but we're celebrating you today. So grateful for your mission, for all that you've shared and brought forward, and your just beautiful soul and wisdom and energy and divine goddess presence. It's such a blessing that you're here with us on Earth, and I'm so grateful for your friendship, your support, and helping to take everything to the next level as far as the importance of what we need to disclose in the here and now. So happy birthday, Elena!
Happy birthday. Okay, Brad, message for Elena.
Well, Elena, it's no coincidence you were born on the summer solstice. You're such a bright, shining light of sunshine for all of us. Your work is so incredibly important for this ascension process. I really look forward to meeting you, and we've already become friends on Facebook, but I can only see us becoming better friends once we meet in person. So very happy birthday to you, and big love from Southern California.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
We'll toast you tonight.
Yes, definitely. So I left my birthday message on the phone earlier today, and I left one of these. Because it was funny. She found it really funny too. So no wonder I'm single. No wonder I'm single. Anyway.
Oh my God, thank you for all the laughter. You just always, oh my gosh. Sometimes I just wonder if I'm going to stop breathing. I laugh so hard.
Oh, good. I'm glad. So just in closing to Elena, we love you so much. You're the best there is. And we can't wait to see you at our October conference at Galactic and Spiritual Informers.com. Laura, before you go, can you share a little bit about the book that you are creating and with Brad Olsen? Just a little tiny teaser for us to look forward to.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to speak on it. It's brought up so much stuff, because you live a lot of stuff. It's amazing to have him kind of look at it. He's very well versed in this field. I know that this is a perfect collaboration to finally get it done, and how much I've needed somebody like him to help me with the final touches and organization and edits. And I'm really excited about it because it goes into the micro macro, tells a lot about my story. And how it relates to the larger picture, to disclosure, to ascension, to everything that I've learned and everything that I've been processing since I was born. And it's pretty thorough, and it's probably going to be about 400 pages or so. But Brad, what do you think?
I'm very impressed. This is the first time I've been able to look through the printed out pages. We were planning on using this time, and we're using it well to go through it and seeing what she's written, and it's fantastic. Awakening the Truth Frequency by Laura Eisenhower is going to be a blockbuster seller when we get it out next year.
Yeah,
very excited, and I know this was started over a year ago, and I'm really excited for you and your continued efforts, Laura, to bring out your genius brain. That Alex Collier, our Andromedan contactee and well-known commander, said to me personally, he thinks your brain works as fast as AI. He thinks you're a genius. So, and having
Brad, I'm a genius. Alex Collier said that. It's just
Alex Collier said that in real life. Yes, he did.
Gosh,
he did indeed.
Man.
And Brad, you've got your.
I see him and all of you in similar lights.
So, and Brad, you have your publishing company, and that was wonderful. You're giving this support and help, this big brother love to our beloved Laura. So that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
She's done such a great job. We can't wait to get it out in published form so y'all can read it too.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
Your support is everything, you guys. I couldn't do this without you. And I'm just so glad we're a team.
Well, absolutely. Laura, you and I are going to play together with our friend Jermaine in a few days.
Right. Okay. I now am flying back on the 25th because plans have kind of changed because we're doing the truth tour.
Yes.
I can do it from a hotel. You know, I have probably good internet, but I'll let you know if I have to adjust anything because
no problem.
I'm still in California.
No problem. But just so people know, we can look forward to that, and we'll be sharing some of the Ashiana Dean intel. Brilliant. Okay, my love. All right. Love you, love you, love you.
Love you, love you, love you. Okay.
See you soon.
Bye, everybody. Happy birthday, Elena.
Ladies and gentlemen, Laura Eisenhower.
Laura Eisenhower has left
yes.
the room. Yes, wonderful, wonderful. I think it's really nice as well, you know, when we kind of show like we're all friends, we all know each other, we all hang, I think it makes people feel a little bit more part of the community, meaning the human race. I can't stand all this label over here and this label over here. I'm done with it. No, there are no labels. There are no separate groups. We are one. We are one. We all can play together if we like. All right, beautiful. Let's get into the Beyond Esoteric Escaping Prison Planet. Can you talk on a particular subject in this magnificent book that really is something that, I mean, it's so many, I can't pick a subject. It's too difficult. So you go.
Okay, well, I guess the easiest way to just give an overview is to first show the sections of the book. Beyond Esoteric starts with neo-fascism, and this kind of lays the foundation for the Earth dilemma, the problem we're in, this new kind of fascism that has really taken over with the World Economic Forum, the Davos crew, the globalists who have really made it so that they control everything. And remember, in 8 years from now, they say, you will own nothing and be happy. Well, they'll own everything and we'll be unhappy is how I read that. But how we got here is really important because the old saying, the Machiavellian quote, if you don't know your enemy and how they're playing or fighting the war, you have no chance against them. So I really want to empower people with understanding what we're up against with this globalist cabal and what they're intending to do with us and how they have hijacked the system up till now. Then the book goes into the embargo section, all of those really amazing subjects which have been withheld from humanity. And then because I'm a positive person, I like to end it on a positive note. And the final section is called Ubermind and all the ways that we can start to bring back these superhuman abilities we were all born with, and and whatever tools to use to do that.
Yes, no, that's fantastic. And so that particular book you just held up, Beyond Esoteric, is part of a trilogy, isn't it?
That's correct. So this is book 3, and the first 2 are Modern Esoteric and then Future Esoteric, and it's all original content. And everyone, I don't repeat myself, so it's about 1,200 pages of original content if you count all 3. And I'm sometimes people are amazed. Gosh, you really pack a lot in there, but there's so much to say and so much to talk about that I do pack it in there. And that's why it's a very good product, because you get a lot in one. And this Beyond Esoteric in book 3 really takes us forward to this age we're in and the pandemic and everything that surrounds it. So during the lockdown in 2020, I actually finished this book. It was a 6-year endeavor.
Goodness.
And sometimes you make lemonade out of lemons, right? And
totally.
So we were given a lot of time out, like a little kid. Time out, everybody, cancel your life. Just sit at home for a while. And I used that time to get this book done, and it came out a little over a year ago, and it's still extremely relevant today. In fact, all my books, I write them in the style called evergreen, so they never really go out of style. Right. It's always relevant information.
Right. You know, I mean, honestly, in my mind, you're really a modern day, very relevant historian. a gatherer of information that concisely can write, can communicate, and to bring things into the mind, the view, so that's like the blinkers have been put on, but you're like, no, in your face, here you go, in your very gentle, eloquent, intelligent way. And it's just wonderful. And we're just so grateful, that you're on the planet with us at the same time, and that you've got this this Trinity, these 3 books in particular, because there are others, but of such importance, such magnitude. And we're going to be talking about your work for years and years and years. Truth bomb.
Well, that's so kind of you to say that, Dani. And we all want to leave a legacy behind. We all want to be remembered for the right reasons. So many of us in the truth movement feel that they have information to give, and they do, and they should. But in this prison planet, so many of us are constricted or are kept away from really living our highest potential. I've just been very fortunate that I've gotten the opportunity to travel and had built a life around the career that I really wanted, which was in book publishing, and to have people like Laura come into my life and have a great book that I have the opportunity to publish. And Michael Jaco's new book just came out. They're my 2 new authors at CCC.
Oh, nice.
And then meeting people like you, Dani, and you're putting it out there with your show and your conferences. So we are one big happy family. And it's funny, right before we came on, we were having a conversation about how before social media allowed us all to connect, that a lot of us felt really lost and alone in this truther world before we even knew that term. And now we've had the opportunity to come together, and it's like every time I go to these conferences, the family comes back together. It's like a great reunion, and like-minded people thinking the same way and really resonating with the information that we're sharing as presenters too. So it's a great opportunity to see everybody's smiling face to face.
Yeah, you're right. It is. It's wonderful. It is lovely coming into a room and just seeing people that you've watched and that you recognize. I remember last year at Mount Shasta, at Rob Potter's event, you coming in the room and you just had business glasses on and you're just so tall, and it was like a rock star moment. Everyone's like, it was lovely to witness that. It was just so lovely. So yeah. So in October, when we all connect again, I say all connect again, but none of it. Well, you and I have met, Laura. A lot of us have met already physically, me and Alex Collier. But there are some people, Tony Rodriguez, some people that all of us have never met before, physically in person. And, so this year we're bringing together Jean-Charles Moyen, the French military person who was abducted off planet to work in Black programs. And there's a broadcast actually coming out tonight, which is going to be tomorrow. Look at us time traveling. We're so clever. Like, this is how you do it. Time traveling.
Doing it again.
Oh my God. And then Elena Danan, of course, a mystery for the Galactic Federation of Vars. And she did something last night for her birthday that I will not discuss, but hopefully she's going to talk about. That woman lives a life that few of us. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
I can't wait either. I'm so glad you're bringing her in. She's such an amazing voice and perspective and channeler, and the information she brings forth is so cutting edge. It's what we all really need in the world right now, is to have more of an understanding of this entrance into the galactic world. I mean, we're just like little infants here who are crawling on the floor, but just about ready to stand and join in our galactic brother and sisterhood out there. So to understand that through people like Elena is just so important right now, to have that voice in the world.
Indeed. Yeah, and she, deserves all the love and support and encouragement from everyone watching. And yes, send her a happy birthday message yesterday. By the time people see this, it will be the day before. Yeah, so Alex Collier, Elena Danan, Brad Olsen, Laura Eisenhower, Tony Rodriguez, Huna Flash, one of the Maori elders, and has a lot of information on Lemuria, return to Lemuria. Gosh, oh my God, Sunbo True Brother, the man with, in my experience, the most interesting and fascinating Sasquatch, Bigfoot, Yeti, abominable snowman, whatever you want to call that beautiful being. Do you hear the thunder? Did you hear that thunder?
Yeah.
The Sasquatch heard me. They're in this jungle. I'm telling you, it was
They're going to show up in the window there, Dani, any minute now.
So I hope so. I love them. They are the most beautiful, beautiful beings. So Sambo, True Brother, will be there, standing on stage, sharing his actual physical, interaction with these beings, and so much more. So
Michael Sala.
Oh my God, the doctor, the good doctor, upstairs, downstairs. That's what we refer him to. So we've got Alex Collier, the commander. We've got Dr. Michael Sala, the good doctor. Yes, Dr. Michael Sala. And Dr. Michael Sala, again, is for me amazing, commendable Earth historian. Galactic, military, space, off-planet, on-planet, intel information that puts people through their paces, like Jean-Charles Moyen, the French secret space program disclosure expert and filmmaker, director, writer. Dr. Michael Sala put him through a mangling machine for years, testing, making sure, is this man making stuff up? Is this man a fantasist, or is he actually a real life being with all of this information? So someone like Dr. Michael Sala is so great for us because he's such a brilliant yardstick, to measure, well, if Dr. Michael Sala is putting your information out there currently, right now in particular, then
that's right. And Dr. Michael Sala has a lot of information on Antarctica and how things are warming up, as well as Elena talking about these arcs that may be under the ice that are warming up. We've all heard of the Ark of the Covenant in the Bible. There's also the Ark of Gabriel, which was excavated out of Saudi Arabia about 7 or 8 years ago. That period where there was the big stampede, they called it, and a bunch of people died. But some of us in the alternative media understand that as being when they uncovered the Ark of Gabriel, it unleashed a big blast of energy, and that's what really killed the people they say died in the stampede. So that was brought down to Antarctica, by the way, and that's why the Patriarch Kirill from the Russian Orthodox Christian religion went down there in the following year to bless a small chapel, but really to put a casing on the Ark of Gabriel. But then using it in the context of Dr. Michael Sala and Elena Danian, that there are these arcs under the ice that are warming up. And in fact, last year, it was reported that Antarctica was 75 degrees warmer than normal. So something is heating up down there. And wouldn't it be amazing if some giant chasm appeared and something under there, extraterrestrial, appeared, and that would fully give us a new narrative about who and what we are and who else has been visiting this planet, and maybe some final proof that we have never been alone, and there is quite a bit of evidence and ruins on this planet to prove that a higher intelligence has interacted here on Earth in the past.
Absolutely. Now, let me ask you a quick question. Can you hear me okay? Because there is torrential rain that's just suddenly hitting. And I'm like, should I jump up and shut all the doors and windows? Because I don't.
Oh, no, I can't hear anything like that.
Good,
You're just getting flooded with negative ions right now. It's great.
So
you're looking
I think
prettier and younger than you ever were.
It's the lights. As I told you earlier, it's the lights in my face that work. They kind of bleach out some of the wrinkles. But no, this is just the most exciting time. And it's so crazy too, because we're all starting to realize things that are right in front of us on so many different levels. And one of those things is that a lot of people are finally realizing, oh my God, all of the angels that are mentioned, Gabriel, Raphael, Haniel, Zadkiel, Michael, Jophiel, and on and on and on, they all interestingly end with the letters E-L. And some of people say that is connected to the Elohim the angelic vibration. Others will say simply that the EL at the end of those names is a direct meaning that is beside God. God is creator energy, creator. And so, as you say, when the Gabriel effect occurred, you know, it was off-planet energy, creator energy, that actually created certain impact, and then was covered negatively. And there's a lot of obviously bullshitio nonsense around it, because the powers that are not have tried to keep us all with our blinkers on and no more on your pop. Move along there. There's no place for you anymore. It is beyond thrilling though, right? It is beyond esoteric. It is beyond exciting.
It is the age we live in, the zeitgeist of the age. And you mentioned earlier that we've all come here, and I would fully agree with you that we took this mission on voluntarily. We are the ground crew to help others on this planet in this awakening process. And it, as difficult as Prison Planet can be for almost all of us, it's still a wonderful time to be here, to be alive, to witness this ascension process and play the roles that we do and helping others in service to all. And that's how we can really make this prison planet a prism planet as we ascend into 5D, into the love constructs, skip right over that dense fourth dimensional reality, the realm of all these archonic entities. It's kind of like if you pull off at the wrong exit into an inner city ghetto, and you're kind of shocked by what you see as you go through it, but you don't want to get out of the car. You just want to keep moving. But it's kind of interesting to see what it's all about. But we want to keep going into the 5D, and that's where I believe the real meaningful relationship with our benevolent extraterrestrial brother and sisters, that's when it's going to happen. And that's what they want to see us do down here on Earth as well. So when it's all said and done, we're going to have the biggest intergalactic party together once again and reminisce on our days during the old Earth as it's becoming the new Earth. And it's a beautiful time, transcendent period to watch the human race finally come into their own, because we have just been so suppressed and beaten down for millennia that finally we can have the honored place that we deserve and belong.
Definitely. I couldn't have said it better myself. Brad Olsen, you are a legend. You are a beautiful man. You are a gift to us, truly, all jokes apart. There's nothing to joke about with that. We're so grateful for you being here, for you doing the hard work, for you traveling consistently, conference to conference, talk to talk, broadcast to broadcast, book to book to book. You know, you are magnificent. And I can't wait to see you at the Galactic and Spiritual Informers Connection in October. But we might see each other before then physically, but we'll definitely be there with everybody else. And guys out there, you are also invited. So Brad, any final words?
Well, just keep the faith, everybody out there. As dark as this period might seem that we're coming into, it's really the hero's journey, that we go into the dark night of the soul, and we see it all around us with skyrocketing inflation to food shortages. It's going to be a rough journey over the next couple months, probably all the way through 2023. But all I can say is keep the faith that we come out of this on the other side. The light will envelop the planet, and it will be the most amazing time to be alive in a human body. So don't do anything drastic. Don't feel like you have to check out. All you really have to do if you feel helpless to do anything is just be there in present and witness what's going on, be in service to all. And the revolution is consciousness. It's all of us waking up, and it's the most incredible period in human history to be alive. So embrace the change. It's got to happen. All institutions, just about everything that we've learned to live around, they have to come crashing down so we can rebuild a new Earth that's fully equitable and open to all. So nobody falls through the cracks anymore, that we embrace the human race and every single person is of value to all of us. So
Indeed.
keep the
Indeed.
faith and let's ride this through together. And it's going to be a beautiful new awakening when we come out the other side.
Totally, totally amazing. And again, timelines, everyone has different timelines. We don't know. For me, it's happening far sooner than that. And so we are here just waiting to see. Brad Olsen, thank you so much. Lovely to see you again. Love you lots. And to
Love
you
to
guys,
see you too, Dani.
and to you guys out there, thank you for watching. Thank you for spending time with us. Wasn't it lovely to see Laura Eisenhower pop in? And wasn't it beautiful for us all to attend and send a happy birthday message to our Earth emissary, Elena Danan. There's more fantastic little broadcasts on my small but mighty channel coming up over the next few weeks as I bring again together the beautiful speakers that will be speaking at the Galactic Spiritual Informers.com event, Orlando 21, 22, 23. I send you all my love, and I will see you soon.